Welcome everyone to the presentation of the final project of EC 4122/6122. Our project is, it was self-driving cars in GTA 5, but due to a lot of technical difficulties, we have trimmed it down to automatic pedestrian avoiding vehicles in GTA 5. It simply means that as we drive on the road, if we see pedestrians walking in front of us, we will automatically dodge them by pulling the brake and turning the wheel to the other side at the same time. So in our project, there are numerous modules that collaborate on each other and communicate via UDP. We have the screen capture, which takes screenshot and then feed that screenshots to our data ingestion engine. Our data ingestion engine then processes the data and recognize all the objects, send the data of these objects to our data visualization engine, and also send commands to the keyboard emulator, which controls the brake and the turning when we see pedestrians. So Jingxuan will first be here to talk about the screen capture.
Hi everyone, my name is Jingxuan. So for the screen capture, basically it utilizes the GDI Plus library built in Windows. It takes screenshot of the 800 by 600 pixel part of the top left corner of the desktop, and it saves to the screenshot number 0 to 9 in PNG format in the local folder, which is then feed into our data ingestion engine.
Okay. Our data ingestion engine is written in Python. It utilizes libraries like TensorFlow and OpenCV and such. You can see we're loading up our ingestion engine right now. You can see it's reading whatever's feeding into the engine. And you can see on the right side of the screen, it's recognizing all the data, all the objects, all the cars, all the people, such and such. And the frame rate is actually very high at about 20 frames per second. And as we said before, we're feeding all of the data of these objects into our data visualization engine. So we're welcome Ida to talk about that.
Hi, my name is Ida. And now I'll talk about the visualize engine. So for the visualize engine, basically is using UDP socket from what we learned in the class. I will be accepting a struct that contains the object distance from the origin and the angle, and using the distance and the angle to find the XY coordinate of the object that's texted, and using OpenGL to draw it in the 3D world. And there's there's a thread that's the receiving thread that accepting the packet from the object detection engine. And so that thread will be in a while loop that keeps running and reading the data. And while that's running, the OpenGL will also keep drawing based on what the packet received and drawing the object that's detected. And so there's a class, there's a car class, and there's another human class. So right now, we can only draw a human and car.
All right, as we said before, we also have the commands sent to the keyboard emulator. So Jingxuan will be here to talk about that.
So for the keyboard emulator module, it also utilizes the UDP socket that we learned in class, and it also utilizes the threading. So once our data ingestion module sends percepts, let's say a person in front of our car, it will send a packet that is 1 byte size. It consists of 8 bits of command, which is basically 0, 1 for going forward, going backwards, going leftward, going rightwards, brake, and then blowing the wheel. So if it sees a pedestrian in front of it, it will hit the brake, and it will turn the other way around to avoid the pedestrian.
Yep, as you can see, as we try to go into the one of the pedestrians on the road, on the bottom right of the screen, we're saying pedestrians ahead, emergency brake applied. And also on the bottom left of the screen, we can see the keyboard emulator is receiving datagram 44. That just means that we're pulling the car to one side and also applying spades, which is break. Okay, you can see our model is far from perfect. Sometimes it can see people, sometimes it cannot. That's just by nature what that model can do. Okay, you can see if we don't have our system, that pedestrian would definitely be dead right now. But right now, it's happily running away from us, thinking that we saved their life, saved his life. I'm sorry. So you can see right now, our system's all up and running. Our screen capturer feeding data into our data ingestion engine, which processes all the data, sending the data back to the keyboard emulator and also the data visualization engine. So everything is up and running, and apparently our car saw a person somewhere and decided to brake. But yeah, like this is a very generic, very work in progress prototype, but we're very happy with what we have accomplished so far, and we see a lot of potential in this project. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.